let's focus on fertilizer as our next one. The downside of fertilizer is there's only a few places for it. But there are some places in Japan that seem to require very little of them, but they're pretty far away from one another. And the thing is, I can't even be comfortable with my boost right now. So it's easy to be like, oh, we've got enough boost, but we don't. Because the boost that we have is only, what, 25,000 more. We've already traveled, since we've gotten this truck, 12,000. So you can imagine how quickly we'll go through that boost. We need somehow to have done what we... I don't know how we got such big boosts and power boosts off of this truck. I'm wondering if it's related to, like, Busan, doing like the really big towns with this truck. So I might have to focus on doing really big towns with the super duper truck and seeing how it goes. Alrighty. Let's think. This place is now full of chemicals, so I need to deliver 114 gunpowder. Let's go and do that and get that sorted. So right now my super duper truck is exactly the same speed as my super truck when it's full. When it's empty, my super duper truck is better. But it would only be temporarily. So we're just going to leave my super duper truck alone for now, and then we'll use it to finish off like a really important big place and see if we get a nice big bonus to match. Alright, so you now need... Let's undo that. So to get the gunpowder factory to level 3 needs 875 machinery. I knew the game wasn't going to make it easy on me, but at least it made it attainable. So 875 machinery. Now this might seem like a bit of a waste, continuing to do all these steps, but I assure you it's not. We need to get machinery to level 3 as well, eventually. So we might as well just focus on getting machinery up and running now. So we have the gunpowder factory ready to get to level 3. It just needs 875 machinery. So let's pin it. And then let's also pin Takasaki. Okay. Now you're going to need engines, which is in Toyota, which we also need to pin. You're going to need diesel, which is in Amagasaki, which we also need to pin. You can see how this is going to get insane. Alright, let's start with oil. Alright, you need plastic next. So let's... Poor timing on that, but that's okay. Now what do I want to do with you? We can change your paint scheme somehow. Ooh. Red, because red trucks go faster. Beautiful. And I'm thinking of starting it to go along this route as well, so... Because before it was like, oh, there was no point in using these because they weren't that good. Ah, but we're gonna waste its boost doing this. That is the unfortunate problem with our super truck being so awesome. Okay, let's pause you. You need 175 steel. Go gadget. Sure, you too. $40, $80, $120. Alright, so don't repeat. Okay. Alright, we've got our refinery up and running. I don't think we need to do this any further yet. We will want to eventually get it to level 3, but we can do that a bunch of different ways. We don't need to supply it with a bunch of oil in order to do so. Actually, I mean, I say that, but these two aren't doing anything, so let's get them to go and grab oil and slowly get this to level 3. We might as well. As for these two, hey look, you need to bring diesel over to Toyota. Okay, Toyota is full. Alright, Toyota needs wire. Okay, let's grab Super Truck, not Super Duper Truck, to grab wire for me. Okay, let's get both of you to get more diesel again. Nice. And then let's get you both to get wood. See how much faster the red truck is? It's pretty much double the speed. It did that route from here to here in about half the speed of the super duper truck. Super truck, so it will be good when it's fully upgraded, but okay. You don't need to do it again. Alright. So yeah, currently the super duper truck is faster, but only while it still has this boost, of which it's already down to about 18,000 of. So, you know, not great. But that's okay. It's there to be used, so let's just use it. Now, I wouldn't mind getting this to level 3, so we're not going to focus on getting it to level 3, but we will get it to level 3 most likely. So Alright. Alright, let's start actually supplying you with steel, I guess. Man, they're already so efficient at level 2, but the reason why they're efficient at level 2, I guess, is because they're tier 35. So when we build them, we can only really build them to tier 10, but the base ones on this are already tier 35, so they're already like really quite efficient to begin with, and we just improve on that efficiency quite quickly. Now, I don't think we'll necessarily have the goods to level this up again, but I'm willing to give it a shot, so we don't need it to repeat after this. Excellent. You need machinery. Fantastic. That is actually really good. We won't be able to level up to level 3 straight away, but we also don't need to. Okay. Takasaki, you need engines, steel, and plastic. Let us do this. We're going to take one truck, and we're going to get engines. Stop. Okay. Now you need diesel. So let's grab some diesel and level you up. Alright. Now we can send both of you to grab engines. Sure. Alright. Let's not repeat. Excellent. Next up is wood. $4,000 left on the boost. So pretty much at the end of this wood upgrade, they'll be as fast as one another, which is okay. Alright, that's level 2 sorted. Beautiful. Let's continue on grabbing engines. Yep, and boost is gone, so look at them. They're basically exactly the same speed as one another. There'll be some slight differences based on like the total amount of kilometers they've done and stuff, but that's fine. And remember, we still haven't actually produced any machinery because we haven't given them plastic or steel yet. So that's the next job. Alright, let's give them plastic. Plastic is nice and close by as well. And then see what they need to level up to level 3. I don't know what they could want, but I'm hoping it's something we can provide. Yes. Alright. Alright, crates we can definitely provide. Alright. There's no level past level 3, so I don't need to worry about like overstuffing the place. So we're just going to fill it with plastic as well. We don't necessarily need to do this, but it'll just make life easier. Alright, so crates. 875 crates. Is our crates leveled up enough for that? No. It needs bricks, but that's okay. We can do that. Alright, let's turn off repeat. So I'll let that be the last load. We're going to grab bricks. Let's grab bricks from there. So level up our crates. So the yellow truck is slightly faster somehow. Not really sure how, but that's okay. Alright, needs nails and planks. Planks needs machinery. We'll get into that soon. Alright, can we level up the crates a second time? I mean, we need crates to level 3 too, so that's fine. Needs machinery. Excellent. Alright, in that case then what we're going to do is we're going to take one lot of steel to the place that makes machinery. Let's see how much machinery this gets us. So we're giving it 80 tons and it starts at 28. 80 tons turns into a lot of machinery already. Well, that's that tier 35. We're probably going to end up, like, later on in the game, we're probably going to end up with places that are like tier 2. And that's going to be really painful. I suspect the game will throw that our way. Alright, so leveling up. What do we want to level up? Planks, crates. We want to level up steel mill as well. Let's start leveling up steel mill first. So yeah, I don't quite know how the yellow truck is ever so slightly faster somehow. Not quite sure how that works, but it does work. It's a pretty low amount, like 5, maybe 10%, but it adds up over time. Alright, next place we'll bring machinery to is crates. I'm so glad we leveled steel mill up to 2 though. That's really good. Our steel mill efficiency was really annoying me, so... Now, we could already be delivering machinery down to Nagasaki, but there's no real need to do that just yet. Is Nagasaki at level 2 or level 3? Excellent, so that is for level 3. Oh, it does need 875 machinery. Yeah, just a small amount. We'll probably use all 4 trucks for that, I suspect. Excellent. I could be leveling machinery up to level 3 first. It doesn't really matter which order we do this in, though. In theory, leveling machinery up is the more efficient of the options. In practice, it doesn't really matter. I guess technically it matters. Whatever. It's just a little bit. Alright. Half the way leveled up. So once we've gotten the gunpowder factory to level 3, then we need to build it elsewhere. In order to build it elsewhere, we need to unlock the ability to build it elsewhere. So that's something that we're going to have to do. Okay, so this is everyone's last thing. Excellent. Alright, so level 3 industry there. Now what we want to do is we want to level you up. Okay. It's frustrating. Let's get all 3 of you to turn off for a second. Let you go there and deliver your last load for whatever reason. Now, we are down to 598 left, so what we're going to do is we're going to get all 4 to grab crates. Only 518 crates, but that's fine. Should work out okay. Alright. I'm so glad we got 4 trucks going. I'm glad we have a super duper truck, even if we haven't unlocked its full potential yet. I can't wait to unlock its full potential, actually. I think it's going to be quite wonderful. What I like is that this super truck, this red truck, it'll be with us for possibly the rest of the game. Once again, don't know if we're going to unlock like 4x trucks and 6x trucks later on down the line, which could override it. But, you know, once we get ocean floaties and put it on it, we'll be pretty golden. Alright, we're pretty much at the point where I don't think we need to repeat anymore. Yeah, we definitely don't. Alright, we'll wait for these 2 trucks, and that'll level that up. Then what we can do is we can send the slow trucks to go and get steel. Let's wait for you to finish delivering. Go and get steel, please. Thank you. Alright. The next thing we do is get the fast trucks to deliver machinery to the engine factory. We need to provide the engine factory with 800 engines, so let's go. Also, look at how much money we've made. We were down to 400,000 and we're already back up to over 1 million. None too shabby. Man, that efficiency now is absolutely insane. Okay. Let's say you probably don't need to repeat anymore. Okay. Excellent, you 2 are pretty much done. Beautiful. Alright, that's a max tier engine factory as well. So we've got a max tier engine factory, a max tier diesel factory, a max tier machinery factory. We already have a max tier steel factory elsewhere, so that's fine. Our chain for this is going pretty strongly. So the next question is, what do we do? Well, let's just have a look at what we need machinery for. We need machinery to get plastics factory up again. That's not massively urgent, but while I'm sitting here thinking and stuff, we might as well do it. Okay, so I need to build... We can get rid of you. I don't need you on anymore. So I can now build a gunpowder factory over near Where is it needs it? In Dagion? Oh, the awooing has happened. The awooing. Yeah, I think it's Dagion that needs it. Okay. Alright. So here's what we need. We need two things. Firstly, we need a town that's complete near Dagion. We can't make it Dagion. Dagion being complete would be bad for us. The reason why Dagion being complete would be bad for us is because like it's basically impossible for the game to take a good... there was another game, another logistics game that had this same problem. I forget which it was. It might have been Anno or something. But basically if like a town makes the good that it needs, it doesn't... Oh no, it was Railroad Corporation, something like that. If a town produced a good that it needed, it could never get that good from that town. You would have to like grab the good in the train, move the train away from the town, and then move it back to the town. And the same is in this. The game just doesn't know how to handle that capacity. Oh, Doggo is trying his best. Alright, let's grab some wood and upgrade this. And then let's have a look at towns. We could probably do Sejong. It just needs meat and groceries, 200. That should be fine. Could probably get chicken or eggs. There we go. Yeah, sure. Nice. Oh, why did it have to be loader? So we just got a massive bonus for completing Sejong. So our loader went from like 14,200 something to 162,000. It had to been boost or power boost. My gosh, game. Alright, whatever. But good to know. It's about towns and the size of those towns. So yeah, look at this. 10 times 64 times loader. 147,000. No. That's loads. A load is a full load. So as in, every time I load goods onto the truck, that is one load. So if I load 40 tons, that is one load. So yes, I am effectively getting the loader bonus forever now. Yes, that's on a single truck. You are correct. Yes, it is obscene. That's why, like, if you have a look at this truck, right? This truck here, even though it's got terrible loader, right? It's traveled. So think about, like, when I got this truck. No, 40 ton is not the biggest truck. The biggest truck is 200 tons. The problem with the 200 ton truck is that the 200 ton truck can't travel on these basic roads. So you need to upgrade roads to the deep pink roads in order to actually carry the 200 ton truck. 40 ton is what I consider the biggest of the reasonable trucks. Any higher and you're starting to need to restrict it to the pink roads only, because there's an 80 ton truck that is pink roads, and then like really vibrant pink roads for the 200 ton truck. And maybe there's a truck higher than the 200 ton truck, because why else would you have that saying 500 tons instead of 200 tons? So maybe there's even a truck above the 200 ton truck. But anyway, think about this. Think about my yellow super truck, right? My yellow super truck has been... We've used it since we arrived in Korea, right? And in that entire time, it's done almost 1 million miles. Almost. It has boost for 60 million miles. It has power boost for 300 million miles. Yeah, it's insanity. So that's it. Okay, so what were we doing here? We were building... okay, so... Oh, it looks like it's going to let us. We must have already done the prerequisites for it. Somehow. Maybe... Oh, no, maybe it's because it's from the same module. Because it looks like Engine Factory, Machinery Factory, and Gunpowder Factory are all unlocked, and Crate Factory is too. So it looks like because we've done that as part of like this area or whatever, it's going to let us build it straight away. Because maybe like super region, because if we were to build a wheat farm, we would have to supply wheat to 1 more town and 8 more businesses before we'd be able to build it. But we are limited to tier 10, so we're going to build a tier 10 gunpowder factory here. Just double checking that that is correct. I want a gunpowder factory here. Yes, that is what I want. Alright, tier 10 gunpowder factory, go. Yes, please. Okay, so tier 10, much worse than tier 35, which is what they have been working on, but it should be okay. Let's level it up. Okay, let's supply gunpowder to Danjion. Okay, next level is planks. Let's go. So the tier doesn't affect the efficiency. The efficiency is purely based on level. The tier affects the total amount. So you'll notice that this is at tier 2 and it's only at 180, yet when we're at tier 2 for the business in Japan, it was at like 800. So yeah, we wouldn't mind getting it to tier 3. I don't know if we will necessarily, but we'll give it a shot. Actually, we can probably use both vehicles for this. Alright. Delivering gunpowder. So Danjiong... Daeyong... How do I pronounce it? Okay, look. This is a place in Korea with over 1 million population. Let's see if Google has what I think it does. I just don't know how the J's are pronounced in Korean, so let's pronounce. I think they're it's where your flatmate was from. It's amazing. There you go. All right. I hate when you go to YouTube and the buffer bar, like, has basically finished. Daejeon, okay.
Daejeon.
Sure. Alright, that's pretty much how I have been pronouncing it. Maybe I've been having like a H in there somewhere, but it's close enough. You made a sad face there, Alpha. You're not a fan of, you're not a fan of solitary life. I love solitary life. I mean, says the guy who lives with you know, serious quantity of people, but trust me when I say when they're not around, that is just as good as when they are. So, oh, we're so close to leveling up both of them. Alright, well, let's go to Daejeon. It's really hard to select towns sometimes. Okay. Daejeon. Select one. No, Alpha. I live with my partner and my partner's other partner and his other partner. So I live with 3 other people. Yes, I have 3 Mrs. Baines. I have 3 Mrs. Baines, but I only live with one of them. Let's go back to day... Okay, so Daedron now needs steel, so let's do that. Nice. So this has leveled that up to level 2 for dynamite, but this is a tier 25 building, so you can see what that difference is, right? Tier 35 was like nearly 900, tier 25 is like 600, so... yeah, I enjoy my living situation. It's pretty good. It's pretty neat. Let's deliver some more gunpowder. Excellent. You need machinery. We don't need to continue. Let's go and grab that machinery just to level this up one last time, and then that'll be it. Well, step 1, Alpha, is to gain a whole bunch of mental issues, because clearly that seems to attract the ladies somehow. I don't quite understand, but, yeah. I don't know, I'm a fairly, like, even though I'm autistic and stuff, I'm a fairly confident person, and I think that that helps maybe the most. Yeah. Okay. And then once the yellow vehicle has traveled off again, we turn them off repeat. And that'll be done. Fair enough, Alpha. Also, like, where you live in the world may have significantly less poly people than where I live in the world. Oh, wow. Okay, no, I take that back. You literally lived in Berlin. Okay. that's basically... That's basically the polyamory capital of the world. Okay, so we now have our gunpowder into our dynamite, and all of that sorted. So let's start using dynamite now. We can... all this to make dynamite that we can actually utilize is basically the idea. It's when he goes into heat. That's hilarious. I'm just gonna take a screenshot of that, and I'm just gonna send that to one of the Mrs. Baines. I know that she will very much appreciate that. Oh, that's glorious. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna try my best not to disappear again. I don't know how successful I will be or won't be at it, but I've learnt a couple of things, right? So, like, my first thing that was sort of an issue was when we got the dogs, and the dogs were making a lot of noise, and I personally get irritated when there's background noise in people's streams, like the I don't know if people remember, like, when Jake was living in Scotland still, I think, and he was living with, like, there were upstairs people and they had a baby and stuff. Like, it's just definitely not my cup of tea. So I just sort of assumed, perhaps incorrectly, that like everyone else would also be annoyed by the dogs, but that hasn't been the case, you know, at least as far as I'm aware. So I think I just need to sort of like, also, like I said earlier, my approach about streaming has changed. So it used to be that I sort of cared about like a whole level of like professionality. Like I sort of researched like stinger transitions and all this stuff. Like I used to have my camera on stream and stuff like that. Whereas now I care less about that. Now I just care about sort of giving back to the Jake community, and if I make my own community of people, then so be it. We'll see how it goes. Also, speaking of board games, what are people's board game experience? I wouldn't mind bringing board games sort of back into virtual board games, of course, back into semi-regular rotation. I enjoyed it when I used to do it. Poor Max with his analysis paralysis. No, I don't mean a quick VSG with the boys. Gosh. Excellent. That's what I like to hear, Flying Land Duck. Do you have the Spirit Island Steam game, or do you have the one on Tabletop Simulator? I hated my experience with BSG. I'm sure I would have loved it if I was willing to input another like 40 hours into BSG and like just get over the fact that I would be terrible at the game for those 40 hours. But yeah, I've only played it twice now in real life, but it is, even though I've only played it twice, it is probably one of my favorite games that I own. Yeah, it's up there with Twilight Struggle is another one that I'm a big fan of. It's a fantastic 2-player game. Alright, you are now maximally upgraded, so we can now build dynamite elsewhere. So that's another good thing, right? So if we wanted to right now, we could stop. Bane, I can't find your profile. My profile on what? On what are you talking about? Super Mario Maker 2. Oh, I can fix that easily enough. Give me just a second. You should be able to find it. Yeah, just go. Yeah, I was going to say, just go to Avai Lucky. Yeah. Oh, you're. I'm mostly trolling when I. It's not shown on your map. That's bizarre. I was mostly trolling when I said you have to beat my level, but I tell you what, if you can beat the one that's description is literally, this is not meant to be beaten outside of a super world, well done. Well done. You are one of literally 2 people who would be able to do that. Alright, stop. I need to think. I think we need to import paper. We still need to explore the rest of Japan. And we can do that easily now, so that's another thing. Let's go into this. We'll still keep 2 selected. I don't imagine that these require, like, big... Where was it? Here it is. Okay. Oh no, it does. It requires 70. Cool. Alright, so here's the goal. The goal is, of course, to start unlocking a better path. So we're going to focus on that next. 51 rocks. Sounds good. The other game that I really like, even though it's a little bit lighter than, I should have turned off repeat there. Even though it's a little bit lighter than Spirit Island, I really, 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 really quite like Vast, the Crystal Caverns. It's competitive, unlike Spirit Island's cooperative, but it has sort of an asynchronous playstyle, much like Spirit Island does, where, you know, every player is effectively sort of playing their own game, but you still need to sort of know how other people work to sort of like understand what they bring or don't bring necessarily to the experience, so that way you can sort of like counter them or work with them, and yeah, it's quite a nice little game. Its expansions are really good as well. I'm not really an expansion person for the most part, but I think the Vast expansions are pretty top notch. Yeah, it's a solid game. Turn off repeat, so that way we don't end up with a similar situation as last time. Okay, excellent. So we're not really exploring anywhere new right now. I just wanted to unlock better pathing down here. I think I'm going to do one more bit of pathing with this steel road, and then I think we're good. And then we'll go back to doing the other ones. So let's do... Yeah, no, you're fine. You're the pink one. Okay, steel road. And no repeats. Okay, then we'll drop down into this island and then finish off this island, and we should be good. There might be a bridge here as well, so we're going to have a little bit of a look at that. Actually, what about you? You require plants. Okay, well, I don't know where to get plants yet, but that's fine. Where are our trucks? Our trucks are over here. Okay, do I want to continue on this? No, I want to double back and deal with this. So let's do this roadwork as well, even though it possibly won't be needed. Let's try getting both of you to do that. Thank you. Look, I don't expect there to be much of anything over here, but we will see. I'll admit this is the island I know the least about when it comes to Japan, so... That being said, White Goods Factory in Matsuyama outputs refrigerators with plastic electricals and steel. So, definitely glad we started here. and has pirates. Well, now I'm just intrigued. Are we talking like Monkey D. Luffy pirates, or like... Alright, let's double back around. Actually, let's see. Nice. Yeah, One Piece references in my stream? Come on. Alright, I think I still want to... I thought I explored over here. I see a green, but... I did explore over there. I am confused. How can there be a green there? Japan Rail. Japan's rail system is huge for moving passengers around, but used little for freight. To begin rail in Japan, you must first find a train depot, complete Iwo Jima, Japan. Once Iwo Jima is complete, you can build a train station to join the town to the rail network. Build a train station at Iwo Jima, Japan. Okay. I don't know if that's what the game was referring to with its greenness, but let's just move away for a second. Yeah, I honestly don't know why it's green. Iwo Jima actually isn't green, so... Interesting. I've never had a situation where something that isn't a place of goods has listed itself as green. So what it might be, potentially, is that there is a good nearby that can only be found via rail. So that could be it. So the goal is build the rail station, and then we can see that good is potential. I don't quite know how that would work, but it might. Yeah.